everyone. This is a special video because it involves some really special mushrooms that have costed me my mental well-being and financial comfort. Let's call it like that. I'm far from being financially comfortable, but now I am much less because I bought these mushrooms. This episode of my channel is special because it involves some really special mushrooms that I wish I hadn't bought. But here I am, so I decided to just do the most of it and film my struggle of cooking, eating, and getting over this huge incident. So story time. I got my salary a few days ago and I decided to go do some sustainable and cheap groceries at the market because there's this fact in the Netherlands, it's cheaper to buy stuff from the market. So I decided to go save some money, not use any more plastic like you do when you buy from the supermarket, and go in the real world. And I did exactly that. I bought a lot of vegetables from one vegetable seller, and then I decided to take another look around, and I saw this guy that was selling mushrooms and potatoes, and I was like, I'll get some potatoes, even though I didn't even need potatoes. I think I was having a very stressed time because I'm not used to buying from the farmer's market, but always from the supermarket, and I just had like market anxiety attack. And I saw these mushrooms that I knew from this food blogger in Romania that always does foraging, and I also saw them with my own eyes in the forest in the spring, and I was like, okay, I know about these mushrooms, why not try them? And that guy that was selling them had the most Dutch accent in English, and when I asked the price, he said blah something, and what I understood was 40 or something. So I was like, okay, if it's 40 and I buy 300 grams, then it's gonna be like 10 euros or something, so that's fine. He backs them, we make conversation, I tell him about how people in Romania don't know these are edible and they grow everywhere, and he was like, okay, if you pick them, I'll buy them, bring them here, blah blah blah, because they're not that easy to find in the Netherlands. And as I was waiting for him to wait, and he kept on adding one more mushroom because it was still not 300 grams. I was already in the boat, you know, there was nothing else I could do. And when he says 41 euros, I just turn into a stone and I pay with my card and I leave, and I start crying immediately. And then I get a flat tire 2 minutes after, and I start to think that maybe 2022 is not my year. But you know, we have to be optimistic, we have to make our happiness ourselves. So I'm just gonna cook these mushrooms real nice, I'm gonna eat them, I'm gonna enjoy them like I wanted to buy a 40 euro 200 grams of mushrooms, and I'm gonna tape it. Alrighty, so we're first gonna do some research because we're eating weird mushroom, right? Yeah, they are bought from the market, they have some security, but we always have to check ourselves, right? So Morchella, the true morels, is a genus of edible sac fungi. Great. Morchella species have been called by many local names. Some of the more colorful include dryland fish, because when sliced lengthwise, then breaded and fried, the outline resembles the shape of a fish. We'll see about that. Hickory chickens, as they are known in some parts of Kentucky. And merkels or miracles, based on folklore of how a mountain family was saved from starvation by eating morels. Yeah, that's pretty much me after I spent 40 euros instead of buying actual groceries. In parts of West Virginia, they are known as molly moochers, muggins, or muggles. I like that, molly moochers. Okay, soups, pasta fillings. Morels are known to contain thermolyable toxins. They must always be cooked before eating. Let's check toxicity then. Morchella species are thought to contain small amounts of hydrazine toxins or an unknown toxin that is destroyed through cooking. Let's hope so. because I'm alone for a few days, and if I die, no one will notice. Because of this, morels should never be eaten raw. I am not planning to. It has been reported that even cooked morels can sometimes cause symptoms of upset stomach when consumed with alcohol. Okay, I'm skipping alcohol for the day. Let's look for a recipe. Should we look for a Dutch recipe? Moreltje recepten. Great Dutch skills. Risotto met moreltjes. Yeah, that could be nice. That could be nice. Alright, these are the bad boys. Or girls. I don't know if mushrooms have gender. They're pretty ugly. And they look much nicer when you just pick them from the forest, because I know how they looked when they were not yet picked in the forest. I should check for signs of decay, right, so that I don't hurt myself. This looks fine. This is okay. This is a bit stinky, but this is certainly not fine. So the small ones are not good anymore. This is okay. This is not okay. I just threw 10 euros. I have gathered the ingredients. I will probably freestyle a bit because I got a gist of the recipe, and I will just play by the ear. And I will cook the morels separately with some garlic and butter, and then assemble the risotto separately. First of all, let's wash our rice. You always have to wash your rice, because otherwise it will get sticky. It will ruin your pan if you're not paying attention. And preferably do it in very cold water in a bowl like this, so that your hands soak in the rice water and you get those anti-age properties that you want from rice water, because it's apparently very good for your skin. And now let's wash the morels. So what I'm gonna do is slice them in a way that still shows their shape, because we care about how our morels or waffle mushrooms look, since they costed us 40 euros, right? So I'm gonna cut them in half. Oh, kind of cute, I guess. Kind of creepy too. They look like they're a sort of animal, like a sea animal. But I would not say they look like fish. They look like some weird oysters. I hope they don't dehydrate that much, because I would be left with very little mushroom and a lot of anger. So I cut the waffle mushrooms, the munchkins, how were they calling them? And I think this, we're gonna first add a bit of olive oil, because I don't want that butter to burn. Okay, I added quite some. There's never too much butter, right? Butter is my ultimate sin. I will die because of loving butter this much. And I'm gonna grate the garlic like this, because I'm not interested in finding any pieces of garlic in these gourmet mushrooms. I just want some nice flavor. This is a great trick if you don't like to find chunks of garlic, but you like to add a lot of garlic to your food, like I do. So this is the amount of garlic I'll add. Yeah, let's sizzle this garlic. And I'm also going to add some thyme. I really like how thyme goes with garlic and mushrooms in life in general. Okay, let's start this party. Smells nice. They smell more rough. I I sense like their fiber smells much more strongly than in a random champignon mushroom. Some recipe mentioned the fact that they taste foresty, and I'm pretty sure they do, since they grow in the nature in real earth, dirt, soil. Yeah, soil. I will add a bit of balsamic vinegar. It's not my style usually, and I would add white wine now if I had some, but there's also not good with alcohol, right? But maybe something to cut off the garlic would help. Okay, that's enough. They are sizzling in their own juice. I love that. I think I'll add a bit of ground ginger, even though that's not very Italian. I think it's always a nice way to cut heaviness on any vegetable or meat. I am focusing on the risotto now. I added some onion and some garlic and a bit of the stock I made a few days ago. I'm so proud. And I will now prepare Parmesan cream and add it to the risotto. I am grating the Parmesan, and I will turn it into a cream that I will later add to the risotto by taking some of the starchy water from the pan and add it to the Parmesan until it becomes a cream, like you do for cacio e pepe pasta, for example. I'm more excited about the risotto than for the morels themselves, but yeah, still, it's kind of special, right? A special meal for an especially stupid girl. I love to laugh at myself. Okay, let's chop the parsley. I like to do it with a scissor rather than a knife. So I'll add this amount of parsley. It's a bit wilted, sorry. It looks kind of legit, right? It looks like a creamy risotto. And I will also add the morels. They reduced so much in, yeah, so it's gonna be basically morel essence in a risotto with other stuff in it. This is it, guys. Not the best plating, but yeah, that's all I can do in the given circumstances. I'm not very inspired today. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, let's review this food. A very interesting texture. It resembles meat a lot. It's very fibery, even though I most probably overcooked it. Well, it's a nice risotto, and I would definitely recommend adding some ginger to not have a too heavy taste from the cream and the garlic. I would definitely not spend another 40 euros on this food, but yeah, well, good riddance. It's fine. I should have ate these mushrooms in the right context, you know, have an actual chef that knows how to approach wild mushrooms, give me the best experience I can have on this kind of rare mushroom, and not just spend half of my revenue on morels bought from the market that I only get to cook myself. Now I can move on. This would have went so nice with some. Oh, this would have went so nice with some white wine, but they said no alcohol. Cheers, guys. See you next time.